They were contacting the dead when they hear this. Two ghost hunters from the YouTube channel Jake Ghost Hunters were in the middle of an investigation at the old Liberty High in Ohio when they suddenly hear gunshots nearby.
Jake! Oh my god, Jake!
Freaked out, him and his partner, who's in the other side of the building, make their way to a safe spot in between and call the cops.
And at the old Liberty High School, there's shots fired. Please come here quick.
Thank you all.
Yep.
We go over here.
You guys armed at all?
No, we have nothing.
Are you the callers?
Yes, yeah, we are.
So what happened?
Well, we're in
Back here.
we're in here filming a ghost video of all things, and I was kind of standing down here in the cellar, and it sounded like it had to have been like in this parking lot, just like 7 shots. So I ran up to him where he was up in the gymnasium, and we just heard like rattling on the door, and that's when we were like, yeah, we should probably call.
Okay.
As the police arrive, the boys rush out and leave their equipment in the building. The officers go in to see if anyone's there, and that's when they captured this.
Nobody in there, but there's something in there.
Are you serious? For real?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What?
Let me just.
For real?
So right there on the second floor,
Yes.
we were looking this way. I heard pitter patter, like that, along that. What would that be? The east wall.
Yeah.
And then he hears it at the end of the hallway, and as I'm taking my light down, I see something go like dark across the
Are
way.
you guys dead ass?
Swear.
Yeah,
And then
body
we were
cam?
like, no. But we were talking about you
Dude.
guys. We're like, let's just black out for a second.
The police claim something was moving things and running around the building, but no one and nothing was ever seen. One of the officer's wife commented on the video, saying how this still has some shock to this day. Whatever mystery is inside this haunted and abandoned Liberty High remains unknown.
Holy shit, that is crazy!
A man called 911 after something jumped in his car. What was recorded in the call is horrifying.
That's not human! That's not human!
A haunting 911 call recently surfaced from the police department in Pender County, North Carolina. While a man's driving through the Black River on Highway 210, he sees a person bleeding from the head with red streaks on the torso. The man was just standing by the side of the road staring at him as he passed. He then calls 911 to report the scene. The following was recorded.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road? What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed light for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my room.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Fuck. Oh my god.
She was alone in a church when she hears this. A woman named Ildelisa, who works at a church in Azcapotzalco, Mexico, was making her way out of the building when she begins to hear what sounds like someone crying. Knowing the church is closed, she records the moment and captures this. From within the church, the sounds of a whimpering woman can be heard, echoing throughout. While we're able to hear some noises further away, which seems to be coming from outside, the whimpering sounds seem to be close, like if it's coming from somewhere behind that door to her left. Ildelisa left the building, having no idea who or what was making those sounds.
I would have left that building too, not knowing and having no idea who or what was making that sound, because F that.
This is why you always lock your doors. A man named Kelly explains that while he was staying in one of the rooms of his grandmother's house, he noticed the door to the closet kept opening on its own. Seeing no one there, he records, since he always felt a creepy feeling staying there. But as he keeps looking at the door, something haunting is captured.
Hello?
Something slowly opens his bedroom door. The man initially stays still, careful not to make a sound, terrified of what's behind that door. He then gets up and locks both his bedroom and closet door, making sure no demons get him while he's asleep.
That was ass. What the fuck did, what was that?
He heard his neighbors screaming, but as he looked out the window, he sees this. A man under the use of Fresh Guy M1 recorded a horrifying video one night. While hearing his neighbors screaming in fear, he looked out the window and saw him standing against the corner by the window. Thinking the man is overreacting from a bug or something, he records, then something haunting is captured. From the window, this 8-foot tall black figure can be seen reaching at the man, poking him as he tries to get some distance from this thing. We can see this is in a shadow casted by someone else in the room, as the man swayed this thing's arm away when it got close. So either this man is seeing Ryuk from Death Note, or this is some sort of prank.
What that thing reminded me of was Nosferatu, if any of you know what that is. For some reason, I just associate that big ass head with the slender arms and that big jacket with Nosferatu. What do you think that was?
She was waiting in the airport when she hears this. A woman named Kendra was at the Cleveland airport in Ohio all by herself when she begins to hear strange noises echoing through the halls. As Kendra enters the building, we can hear what sounds like several feral voices coming from somewhere in the airport. The horrifying video quickly went viral online, with many associating the event with the rise of recent alien activity. On that same day, other people in the area also captured the same strange noises on camera. So, is this just an employee messing around in a speaker, or is this really something inhuman? Let me know what you think.
I'm on the fence with this one because no one's really physically reacting to it, you know? So, because if I heard something like that, I would not be walking around. I'd be like, what the hell is that noise? Like, I wouldn't be just strolling around, you know? And that's what people were doing there. So I don't know.
She saw a boy was running away from something, but after she looked over the cameras, she sees this. A daycare lady runs to see what's going on after one of the kids ran in fear from one of the rooms. After investigating what's inside that scared him, she sees the playhouse was pushed over. Confused, she checks the cameras, only to see it was pushed by an unseen force. But if this wasn't creepy enough, a viewer pointed out a horrifying detail. At the door, something that looks like two human hands can be seen, hiding back in the room. The boy who ran tells her he saw a creepy figure in the reflection of the toy mirror. Freaked out, she puts it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
The main thing, and the reason that the little boy was screaming, is actually in here. We have this covered up for a reason. Apparently, the little boy told my mom that he saw a face in these mirrors.
But while waiting for a buyer, through the camera, she sees the kid gate open on its own. What she finds inside is something from a nightmare.
Holy shit. Do it again. Open the gate.
As she provokes it, something behind the blanket moves, as if a hand is pressing against the cover. User Pokey left the door shut until she's able to get rid of this item.
I mean, he said he saw a face in there. Probably his own.
She kept seeing a strange shadow following her, but when she looked at the cameras, she sees this. A woman named Naomi explains that for as long as she can remember, she's seen this strange shadow of a man following her. Even after moving houses and growing up, she still sees this shadow man watching her, then disappearing after being noticed. She decides to perform an experiment to see if it's real or if she's seeing things, and sets up a camera in her room. What she captures is horrifying. through the reflection of her TV, the shadow of a hatted man is seen right before it disappears. Then it's later seen again, walking into the dark. Naomi's left speechless as it looks exactly like the figure that stalked her and says this isn't a stranger in her room, but something sinister.
At first, I was like, oh, it's probably just someone walking around. But then you see the fucking hat. It's a wrap. You know who that is.
If you hear knocking at your door like this, don't open it. Here's why. A man from Mexicali, Mexico explains that around 3 a.m. he's been hearing knocking at his door, but every time he's checked, no one would be there. Now, ever since he opened the door, he's been seeing this strange woman outside his house. The man records this and decides to confront her. Then this happens. After hearing someone knocking and checking outside, he finds no one. On the following night, he woke up to something moving inside his house. Then, the knocking occurred, but this time, he found a single plant root left at the doorstep. Due to this and the other strange encounters like seeing a cat staring into his window at 4 a.m., he's convinced the lady he saw that night is a witch.
Probably.
No one believed him he found an alien, but after showing them what's inside this box, left speechless. A man from Mexico under the user Kin explains that just recently, he showed that a strange meteor had fallen down by his house. Around the area was this translucent material, and after taking the only piece that was left, he stored it in a container. He then says something started to grow from it at an alarming rate, something he's never seen before.
Pero por ahora no. Por ahora le mantengo su crecimiento paralizado, pues no lo dejo tomar mucha luz. Cuando toma luz solar, crece. Por eso que lo mantengo en la oscuridad. Esto no se alimenta, esto no respira, esto no toma agua. Solamente lo que recibe energía es como de la luz solar.
He shows this black, spiky-looking mass moving around. The man has kept this a secret and keeps moving this thing around every time it grows more.
Nomás de pensar que esto nació de un meteorito.
His latest video shows it's now even big enough for a cooler, where he keeps it closed shut with concrete blocks, seeing if it'll grow even more.
Querían verlo. Ha crecido bastante.
This might be the craziest story going on TikTok right now.
I'm torn on this because if something were to land in your backyard, usually the government would come and take it away, right? When it's small, it looks real. But when it's bigger, it looks like that thing that, you know, is Venom, right? And it just looks like CGI. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this is legit, or does he have a legit alien there? What I just said didn't even make sense. Do you think it's real or not?
He was driving a body when he hears this. A funeral service worker records a haunting video through his work's truck dash cam while transporting the coffin containing the body of a boy who recently passed away in a tragic manner. The man's driving when suddenly he hears something banging in the trunk. As the man looks through the rearview mirror, he doesn't see anything, but the banging continues, so he decides to stop the vehicle and check the coffin. Seeing the coffin is sealed shut, he drives again, but the banging continues. Since the body was already embalmed, the workers have no explanation to this bizarre event.
He's alive.
He was out fishing late at night when he sees this. A man from Mexico recorded a horrifying video while out fishing late at night. While recording the fish he's caught, he notices through the camera someone's hiding in the dark.
Pero ahí acabo de ver una alma. Está sentada ahí cerca mío. Ahí está pescando. Yo no lo puedo ver así a simple vista con los ojos, mirándolo, pero la cámara lo enfoca. No hay nada, no hay nadie más acá. No hay nadie. Estoy solo. Pero en la parte donde yo lo enfoco a él aparece ahí. Está ahí sentado mirándome. Como si me estuviera cuidando o algo así. Miedo no le tengo porque no le tengo miedo ni a la muerte, la verdad. Pero él me está cuidando, estoy seguro.
The man sees the figure of a man sitting by him, but he's not able to see this man with his own eyes. Whoever or whatever this is seems to be only visible by the camera. The man mentions he doesn't believe in the paranormal and only fears death, so even if no one believes him, he continues fishing regardless. Could this strange footage be some kind of pareidolia caused by a rock, or is this actual footage of a ghost? What do you believe?
Doesn't believe in the paranormal, gets paranormal evidence, and doesn't believe it?
She was watching TV when she noticed something next to her. User Wonder Woman explains that a couple of years back, she was in her living room when she noticed through the television's reflection the figure of someone sitting right next to her, but when she turned around, no one would be there.
Look at my shadow on my TV.
Now, this figure never showed itself again until recently. While she's in her living room, she noticed something was watching her.
So I'm about to go put everything up. Home alone with my dogs. And I think it's back.
Sitting right beside her is no one but her laundry, but as she looks through the TV, the reflection of a human is seen sitting completely still right next to her. The horrifying video was taken again in the same living room 2 years apart from the first encounter. So is this a trick of the mind, or is her living room haunted by something?
She just showed her pile of laundry next to her. Like, I'm pretty sure that's her pile of laundry's reflection.
He was working the night shift when he hears this. An overnight security guard off at Parque La Pastora in Guadalupe, Mexico was doing his rounds at around 2 a.m. when he began to hear what sounded like kids playing somewhere nearby. As the man goes to investigate the area, since the park is closed and no one should be there, he makes a horrifying discovery.
No mames, ya mames. Mira. La verga. No mames, si hay alguien allá, güey. Sí, si hay alguien allá que la...
The guard sees and hears a swing moving on its own. Then he sees it. A shadow figure suddenly appears from the area as it slowly walks toward him. The guard decides it's best to simply get out of there.
Yeah, no shit. YouTube, that is all I have for you today. I am Nick, the Babadook of YouTube. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you sticking through to the end. Let me know what your favorite clip was in this episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. I appreciate you so damn much that I made you a couple of videos to watch. Now watch them before I block you.